friends, welcome back to another video. This week's video is a what I spend in a week vlog as a girly who lives alone in New Jersey. Let's be honest, things are expensive right now, and when I was thinking about moving out last year, yes, I wanted to know how much rent would be and I wanted to know about moving expenses, but I also wanted to know what to expect in terms of how much I would be spending on other random things while I lived alone. So if you're curious about those things too, then you will definitely get some insight from this video. And I'm also going to be sharing my payday routine that I think is a game changer for anyone who's trying to really get on top of their finances in their 20s. This morning, my mom and I are running a USA track and field official 5K. This would be a $30 expense because it was $30 to sign up, but my mom paid for me. Thank you, mommy. And this is both of our first 5K races. I thought that I would be able to walk and run it. I'm not sure if I'll still be able to do that because I haven't run in months. I'm really just freeballing this. I have not trained for a race. But yesterday they emailed and they said there's a separate course for people walking versus people running. So honestly, I'm gonna just try to keep up with my mom the whole time. How you feeling, mommy?
I'm excited.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'm happy that we're doing it together. I love you.
Me too, I love you too. I gotta do it. My mama is doing a 5K. How am I not supposed to?
I just don't want to fall out. I don't want to
fall out.
I don't want to tap out. I want to make it to the end. It's not about the time for me. It's about making it to the finish line.
Yes.
And that's what I wanted to.
In my mind, I just have to run for an hour.
Yeah, well, it's less than an hour, yeah.
In my mind, I'm running for an hour.
Okay.
I just gotta keep running for an hour.
Okay. Joanne said break a leg. I said, you
Did you eat this morning?
No.
You're supposed to carb load.
I drank a lot of water.
You're gonna have to pee.
No, I drank a lot of water and I went to the bathroom, so.
I ate pasta yesterday and I ate waffles and
I had hash browns.
This morning?
And bread, no, last night.
Mommy, you're supposed to eat something.
Now you're making me nervous.
Maybe they got some candy that they're selling.
I should have grabbed I actually have a peppermint. I should have grabbed a breakfast bar.
What's a peppermint gonna do for you?
I don't know.
Okay, y'all, wish us luck.
Hello?
No. We're at the starting line. We're warmed up. There's some real serious people out here.
Yeah.
We're not a part of the serious people.
I'm serious.
What'd you say, mommy?
I said I'm serious.
Mm-hmm.
I'm serious about not falling out.
1 mile down.
How much is a 5K? Like
It's 3.1 miles. 2 miles down.
Woo, 2 miles.
Only one to go.
Woo, woo.
I've been running the whole time. I can't believe it. Running slow, but still doing it. Woo! You did it! You did it! Basically, all I did on Sunday was run that 5K, and afterwards, I got food from the Whole Foods Hot Bar because the Whole Foods Hot Bar hits every time, if you didn't know. And that food came out to $16.85, so that was my total for Sunday. Today, I don't have any actual purchases that I need to make, but I did order some stuff on Amazon yesterday that's coming today and tomorrow. And I also made another order today of stuff that's coming today. So first, I got some shoes because later this week I need to go to an in-person work event, and I have an outfit in mind for it, but I needed some shoes for it. So I just ordered these flats off Amazon. Hopefully they fit and they're cute. And I also ordered some new mugs because some of my mugs broke or started cracking, the glass ones that I had. So I went ahead and ordered some new ones because I kind of break purchases down into, is this an immediate thing? Is this something that's unavoidable? I'll have to get this at some point no matter what? Or is this something that I genuinely can wait on for a specific time? So the outfit or the shoes was an example of I actually do need to spend that money right now. The mugs is I don't need to spend it right now, but I need to spend it at some point. So it really doesn't matter if I spend it now or later. And something I just found out what pickleball is 5 minutes ago, and I'm determined that the next hangout that I organize with my friends will be a pickleball thing. And look, I found these really cute, this pink pickleball set on Amazon. That is not a purchase I need to make right now. Like, it can wait till later when I actually am ready to go play pickleball. So I just put stuff like that on my like wish list or whatever. Oh, and the other purchase that I made today was because of the outfit that I'm wearing on Friday for this work thing, like I might sweat a little bit, and I'm kind of a sweaty Betty. So I usually use like no sweat deodorant. The one I've been using like since last summer is Carpe, but I typically don't need it in the winter. But since it's a silk shirt, I was like, I should get like some no sweat deodorant from Carpe. So I ended up ordering the deodorant, the like lotion, and the face moisturizer or face lotion, and all of that came out to this total. Now, I don't really think that I'm gonna spend any more money today. Like, I have food, I ordered the things that I need, unless my car is actually in the shop, unless they call me to pick up my car today. I'm pretty sure that's all I'm gonna spend today. Good morning, friends. It's Tuesday now, and I'm about to go pick up my car from the shop. This is an expense that isn't a regular expense, but I do want to show in a video like this, like pop-up expenses that I have. So I had to get some work done on my car, and just a little bit on my car. I have an old used car. It's like a 2006 car. I knew that having an older car would come with a little bit more maintenance, and sometimes things pop up, especially in the first year or so of having an older used car. So I had to replace my struts or something. Like, this isn't something that I have to do every week, but I have had a few weeks where, oh, I gotta spend $500 on my car. So I think it's just like good to keep in mind. And there's definitely like pros and cons to getting newer things versus having older things. For me, I still think for this time in my life, it works out better. And obviously this isn't coming out of like my paycheck money every week. It's more so my emergency savings, which for me, that's why it's really important to have like a rainy day fund or a solutions fund. But yeah, it is $1,000 that I gotta check out, and I'm not happy about it. But I'm glad I have it, and it's an expense for the week. And also now I have to get an Uber to go pick up the car. So that's another expense. Let me call it now. So the Uber is $10.67 to go pick up the car. I had to pay a fee for using my credit card, so the total actually came to $1,126.49. I ended up ordering Uber Eats for dinner on Tuesday from this like halal place. It was my first time getting food from here, and it actually was so good. It's called Halal with a Heart. And that food was $14.04, which in addition to the Uber that I had to get earlier to get my car, as well as the actual payment for my car, that brings the total for the day all the way up to $1,151.20. Good morning, friends. It is now Wednesday. We've made it over the hump. I'm actually gonna bring you guys in here. Okay, I'm actually about to be late. I need to go downstairs, but this morning we're going to a workout class. I'm gonna do hot yoga, and I recently became a ClassPass girly again. I have the membership with ClassPass where you pay like $50 for 23 credits a month or something. So technically I didn't pay for this class today, but it's part of a like $50 or so membership. I personally think ClassPass is a great way to save money if you're into workout classes, because like usually these classes would be like $35 or something a pop, and basically I get like 4 to 6 classes a month for $50. So I feel like it makes a lot of sense cost-wise. ClassPass gives out that like link you can send to your friends so they can get 2 weeks free. So I'm gonna leave it in the description box. And also I'm taking the train there, so I have to pay for the train, and we'll see how much. I'm just gonna put $10 on my Metro card. Okay, let's hurry up before I miss the class. Hi friends, it's Thursday evening. I was really trying not to spend money today, just to see if I could not spend money for one day of this video. But I'm hungry and I ordered food. Basically, like, I need to go grocery shopping, but my mom and I are probably gonna go to Wegmans on Saturday, and tomorrow I have to go to a work thing, so I'm gonna eat there. So I was like, if I can stretch out grocery shopping till Saturday, I can wait till then. But it meant that for dinner, I ordered something. And I have food, but you know when it's like incomplete a little bit, like there's just a few things that I ran out of that would like help me create my favorite meals, but I ran out of them, so they're not my favorite meals anymore because key ingredients are missing. Anyways, I ordered a burger from The Yard. I talked about this before. It's this black-owned restaurant in Military Park in Newark, and they have the best burgers. They have a shrimp burger and an oxtail burger. This time I got the oxtail burger and a side salad. It looks scrumdiddlyumptious. And I did get a salad instead of fries, so yeah, but I'm about to tear this up. And it came to like $27 total, including the tip that I gave because I didn't go, I ordered it on Uber Eats, which yeah, I think the burger itself is like the burger and side salad is $21 and something on Uber Eats, and then with fees and the tip, it came to 27 something. So yeah, I'm gonna enjoy this, and that's all the money I spent today. On Friday morning, I had a long drive for work, so I filled up my gas tank before I left, and filling up my tank cost $45.59, and that's all I spent on Friday. It is officially 5 p.m. on this lovely Friday. It's sunny outside. Cowboy Carter just dropped, and it's a 4-day weekend for me, so I'm in a really good mood. It's also payday, and I wanted to share my payday routine with you guys and give you a little bit of insight into like how I organize my money, if that makes sense. I do 2 things as part of my payday routine. The first part is that I send certain amounts of money or certain percentages of money to different money buckets or bank accounts. And the other part is that I input all of my expenses for the past 2 weeks into my budget planner. Okay, I just want to explain to you guys how I separate the different buckets of money. So this payday routine is specifically for the money that I get from my salaried position, which I get paid for that twice per month. So I do this routine of putting money in different places twice a month. That means that when I'm looking at my monthly expenses, I divide it by 2 for this payday routine. So I get a certain amount of money each month. I'm not gonna say the exact numbers because I don't really think that matters. I'm gonna share more of the percentages. This represents the amount of money that I get direct deposited to me from my company every payday. From there, I separate my money into recurring expenses, and I'll go over them in a second. But I separate my money into recurring expenses, everyday expenses, savings/debt, and guilt-free. So let me talk about each of these buckets a little bit more. So recurring expenses includes things like rent, utilities, and any like auto subscriptions. Now, everyday expenses are things like groceries, gas, like convenience stores, takeout or Uber Eats, and just random miscellaneous expenses that come up day to day. Savings or debt, right now the focus for me is student loans. This might be specific savings funds. You might have like vacation. I'm also saving right now for like birthday expenses. Maybe there's a big purchase you're saving up for, or like move out fund, or maybe you're just trying to fund your like rainy day fund. And I would put that in this bucket. Lastly, I have guilt-free spending. And these are things that aren't everyday expenses, like they're avoidable. I could just not purchase them. But if I want to buy like clothes or go out to eat or social outings, I put it in this bucket of money. So these are the buckets of money, and then basically I put a certain percentage of my paycheck into each of these buckets, and I have a separate bank account for each of these. For my everyday expenses, I have a regular checkings account. I also have a checkings account for reoccurring purchases, and these two are connected so that I can like go back and forth with them. And then for these 2 accounts, they are savings accounts, and specifically high yield savings accounts, so that I can accumulate interest on this money and like get some more money that I can use for guilt-free spending or to build up my savings. So I automatically transfer 55% of my paycheck to my reoccurring expenses, and that covers all of my like necessities, like my rent, my utilities, my subscriptions. For me, that is enough money to cover all of my like basically bills that I have to pay. And let me just move, Then for my everyday expenses, I put about 28% of my paycheck into this account. And for me, that's enough to cover like groceries and everyday expenses that are variable, but that I can't really get around, or that I don't want to get around, like being able to buy a cup of coffee or something. And next I put about 8.5% of my paycheck, which is the remaining, into these two buckets. I basically just split it evenly. And sometimes if I'm more focused on saving, or if I'm more focused on spending, like it's my birthday coming up or something, then I put a little bit more in one versus the other. And I just want to call out, like this number 8.5 is actually below the recommended like 50-30-20 split for splitting up your expenses. Like most people recommend that 50% goes to your basic necessities, 20% goes to savings, and then 30% goes to wants. So this 55%, actually my basic necessities are around 50% of my after-tax pay. This 5% is like my Hulu, my Spotify, ClassPass, stuff like that. This is pretty accurate, like 28% for everyday expenses. But I have other savings accounts that come out of my paycheck before I get paid that bring me up to a total of around 20 to 25%. So it's kind of like 401k, retirement plans, investment plans that my savings is going towards before I get my direct deposit, which is why my savings number is a little bit low. So if you're like trying to base this on something, just keep that in mind. And the reason that I keep all of these in separate accounts is because I want to make sure that I am not spending money like at the coffee shop that I need to pay my rent. Like I just don't want to have to do it. So if I automatically transfer that set amount to a different account and it gets automatically taken out every month, it just is a stress reliever on me. So I don't have to do mental math every time I use my card or open up my account. The same thing here, like I want to make sure I have enough in my everyday spending. Like I don't want to buy clothes and then be like, oh shoot, now I don't have money to buy groceries. So I can see in a separate account, like this is the money that I have for these things. Like it's all my money. So if I need to like borrow some money, like if I have an unexpected expense and I'm like, oh shoot, I need a little bit more, then that money from Guilt Free doesn't stay here. It's going to be used to cover something else. But this is kind of like where I put my money every month or every time I get paid, and how the percentages work out. For me, it's less about the actual numbers and more about the system of having the money separated out in this way. That is super helpful to me. I was gonna go through my budget tracker with you guys, but in my last video about how to set financial goals, I did like show the budget tracker there, and some of you guys said you would like me to make that shareable so that you guys can use the budget tracker too. So I'm gonna figure out a way to make that available to you guys, and then I'll make a separate video explaining in detail like a tutorial on how to use that budget tracker when I'm able to share it. This always happens with week-long vlogs. Like by the end of the week, I forget that I was even vlogging. I did a terrible job at vlogging on Saturday, but really I just went grocery shopping with my mom. We went to Wegmans, which is a pretty expensive grocery store, but they always have really nice produce and stuff you can't find in other stores. So I ended up spending $133.90 on that grocery run, and that's everything I spent for the week. So with all of that together, it brings my total spending for the week all the way up to $1,504.53. Now remember, I did kind of have an unusual expense with my car, but since moving out, I've had quite a few weeks where I had an unexpected $1,000 expense that I couldn't avoid. And that's why I think it's really important to have a savings account or like a rainy day fund, because that's what I'm always able to use for those things. And of course I work to replenish what I use afterwards, but I would not be able to cover those $1,000 expenses or 500 or a couple hundred, you know, all the time if I didn't have that, without significantly like throwing off all the rest of like my usual spending for the week. So that's why I'm such a strong advocate for emergency savings funds. But if we subtract that expense, I spent around $400 to $500 for the week, and I feel like that's pretty accurate for my regularly scheduled spending every week. I also do want to say, like, this week I didn't go out with friends, like go out to eat and stuff, but usually on weeks where I like go out to eat with friends or go out on the weekends and have a drink, I usually end up spending less on groceries because I'm just not at home eating as much. So there's definitely weeks where like I skip grocery shopping or don't have a huge grocery haul like I did this week. So yeah, that's what I spend in the week. I hope that you found it insightful or informative and learned something. Thanks for spending the week with me. I'll see you in the next video, and in the meantime, don't forget to spend time creating. Bye.